Alright guys, so in an effort to avoid my homework for a little bit longer because I have no idea what to write about, here we are. Well, here I am with a first again, yeah. Here I am with a Monday night version of our regular programming. It was Easter yesterday, so me and Tyler were home, and he's downstairs. He said he was busy, so he couldn't join in today. What's up, Glenn? Your boy's not here. Yeah, well, I'm doing this because, and here's a little update on the podcast. We did it on GarageBand last time, and it didn't, yeah, he probably is. We did it on GarageBand last time, and it came out really good. Everything sounded great, but for whatever reason, we couldn't post it anywhere. We tried to put it on a YouTube page, and we tried to put it on Twitter. We tried to put it on Facebook, and for whatever reason, it wouldn't let us. So I'm testing out a different program, and so hopefully we can be able to record a podcast and play it. And we'll probably end up, if this works, then we'll probably just play the first one and record it on this, so we'll be able to post it. So hopefully we can figure that out soon. If not, we'll start taking suggestions for some type of podcasting program to help us out. Tyler's not here. He said he's busy with school stuff, and so he's not going to be here tonight. So if you're a Jayhawks fan, were you upset that they lost this weekend to Nova, and in a pretty bad fashion as well? School stuff. This is the Monday Microphone Video Podcast. Yeah, I asked him earlier, because he's had like all day to do stuff, and I honestly don't know. I don't have PlayStation, so I don't know what his username is. But yeah, so he said he's got stuff to do, so he wasn't going to be able to join us. Maybe if he sees this and he's done, he'll come running up here and hang out for a little bit. So thoughts on the national championship game? I'm glad Nova won. Yeah, go White Sox. Their first loss was today, so that's great. If he sees it, he's got to see it. He might see it. We'll see. Yeah, Sox lost their first game today. Close game with the Blue Jays. It happens. Whatever. The first two games against Kansas City, they played really good. So I'm happy to see that. I was kind of figuring that they'd start off the year in a disappointing fashion, especially after that first inning where... who's Cora? I'm not up to date on all the baseball rosters and stuff right now, so if that's a baseball player, I'm sorry. She's over there. Oh, the new Red Sox manager? Yeah, I heard they blew a game the other day pretty bad. Do I have a cold? No. Do you want me to? Yeah, it wasn't against Tampa. They had like a 4-run lead or something and then just blew it in that one loss. Pulled Sale after 6 with 9 strikeouts and 3 hits. Yeah, I mean, Chris Sale is a fantastic pitcher. He's my favorite pitcher in the league right now. So maybe they're trying to just keep him ready for the rest of the year. I know the White Sox burned him out quite a bit, having him pitch several complete games in his last year there in Chicago. So who knows? Maybe they're just trying not to burn him out early in the season. Yes, Nova is better than the Colts. Go ahead. Yeah, it could be saving him from a second half slump. There's a lot of things better than the Colts. Ooh. Kimbrel is a very good closer, and he is underrated. I'll give you that. See, now I wish Tyler was here because he could give you a hell of a lot better analysis on the baseball stuff. I did know he was on here. It is quiet without Tyler because he's not, yelling Glenn. I mean, hey, DM him on Twitter or something. Tell him to come up here. As long as I didn't what? Oh, no, of course not. Oh, yeah, so back to the championship game. Yeah, I mean, she's not going to step up. It's okay. Really glad Nova won. I didn't want Michigan anywhere near the championship game. They should have lost 3 different times in this tournament. Their first game against, I think, was Montana. They should have won. Montana was just awful in the beginning of that second half. That buzzer beater game, who I don't even remember who was against, they should have lost that. And Loyola should have kept their stuff together and beat them. Yeah, that was against Houston, yeah. So they should have lost that. Yeah, I also did not think Brunson should have got Player of the Year. You really didn't hear a whole lot about him the entire time, the entire season, except for they'd have a big win and it's oh, Brunson played good. Other than that, there wasn't a whole lot of any talk about him. Yeah, I'm sure Wisconsin probably will make the tournament next year. They're getting Dimitri Trice and Kobe King back next year, as well as more than likely, which was a better game winner, Christian Laettner shot her last. Or last what? Last year's Chris Jenkins Nova beater, buzzer beater. You mean the year before? Because last year North Carolina won. Because that buzzer beater from Nova, I think, was a lot better, honestly, since it was to win the championship. That was fantastic. Yeah, that one was fantastic. I would put that one over Christian Laettner. But yeah, I do think Wisconsin will be back in the tournament next year. They've got guys coming back. More than likely, Ethan Happ will be back too. He said if his draft stock isn't high enough to where he wants it, then he'll come back. He should just come back anyways, just to play on a better Wisconsin team. Brad Davidson's shoulder won't be popping out every other game. Oh yeah, you'll have Michigan, Ohio State, Michigan State more than likely, Wisconsin. Nebraska wasn't too bad this year. Penn State was getting better. Thoughts on the UConn women losing? Shocking. When's the game on? What game? UConn women losing, that was surprising. And Illinois will be better. Nebraska will be good. Illinois is... Oh, you think so? Championship game was tonight, Glenn. I didn't watch the Notre Dame game because I don't really care for women's basketball. Most of the time I say bet on UConn and you'll be perfectly fine. Well, that didn't pan out this year. it panned out for every other game besides that game because they went completely undefeated except for that one game. I wish Loyola would have been in regardless. I could care less who was on the other side, just as long as Loyola wins. That would have been my ideal situation. But Notre Dame. What's her name? Arike Ogunbowale. I only know how to say her last name because her brother was star running back at Wisconsin, Dari. So yeah, she hit some pretty lucky shots. I mean, the first one to beat UConn was a much better, at least attempt. Championship game was tonight, Glenn. It already happened. I cannot. I am not a good a cappella singer. Yeah. What happened to him? Well, he went undrafted and he went to Houston, and they had him on the practice squad, and last I knew, Washington had him. So, and he was playing like special teams, so I don't know if he's still there or if that was just like a one-year deal. He's floating around the league. Dario Gumbawale. Villanova beat Michigan, which is good. Ogunbowale's shot in the championship game, that was, I have no idea how she made that. She was literally, oh hey guy down there. She was literally like falling over, threw it up, just garbage shot, and just happened to make it. So many great Wisconsin running backs to fade into oblivion. By how much? I believe it was 79, 69, 62, something like that. 79, 62, I think. I don't know. I tweeted it and I don't even remember what the score is now. Yeah, 79-62. No, after the owner or GM, whatever, it's family stuff for the Giants there. Once they came out and said he's not being drafted, I think that definitely put away any thought of winning the game, or winning. I got distracted by that comment of trading Odell, unless it's an incredible offer. And yeah, I'm glad the Reds won today because they beat the Cubs. I watched the end of that one at work. She never wants to sing, so why would she want me to sing? Plus, she hates a cappella stuff, and
my roommate's an acapella.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know anything about Rappaport Jr. And she also hates singing without music. I am a White Sox fan, yes. Oh, you know what? Tyler won. Now I'm kind of mad at Tyler because he wanted to do this show and be all in, baseball get up because the opening day was on Thursday. So I completely forgot about that. Ya boy. I don't know. Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about now. I completely forgot what the question was about Rappaport Jr. I'm sorry. Tyler is a Cubs fan, and yes, I am a White Sox fan. They've got a much better team right now. They're 2-1. I mean, they're doing all right. It's early in the year. They've only played 3 games, so give them time. Will they make the playoffs this year? No, but we'll see how it goes. Yeah, I forgot about that, him being Rappaport Jr. Oh, good stuff. Where do I work at? I work at an Italian restaurant. Saw the home run on the first pitch of the season? Yeah, they got lucky with that. Since then, Happ has kind of struggled from what I've seen. Yeah, Ian Happ. They showed a video today that said it's just not happening. Oh yeah, I'm sure the Yankees probably will dominate, which sucks because I don't like the Yankees, but they've got a good lineup. Pitchers are pretty good. They've got fantastic hitters in Judge and Stanton and most of the... I don't like the Yankees more so because I think their uniforms are super boring, and they're just that old team that's like, ugh, I hate you, go away. And like most of the fans, at least that I know that are Yankees fans, are awful. Yeah, but you gotta spice it up. Like, I don't even care for the White Sox pinstripe uniforms most of the time. I only have one, and it's not even the regular black and white. It's the it's the St. Patrick's Day ones. If the Sox somehow play above their level and the rest of the Central sucks, should they fast track? They could. I don't think it would be worth it right now because they would just get beat first round of the playoffs anyways if they were to make it. I do think most of the Central is going to suck this year. So the White Sox could be about second, I want to say, in the... they could finish second. Will they? I doubt it, but they could finish second in the division. Probably behind Cleveland, and if anything, maybe the Minnesota Twins will be second, but the White Sox aren't going to be god-awful like they have been recently. I think they'll be much better this year. I think ESPN had them projected like 20 games under 500. I think they'll be right around 500. Probably not. Yeah, so we'll just have to see what happens as the season goes because the White Sox look good starting off the year. But the past couple years, they've started off the season really good and just completely fell apart halfway through. Yeah, the Tigers are definitely rebuilding. Kansas City's falling apart. The Twins are getting there. The Twins are like the White Sox, but a little bit ahead of them, I think. So they're coming together, and the Indians are good. Yeah, I could see that for the AL. Yeah, probably that. How's Manziel doing? Well, he participated in Texas A&M Pro Day last week. He apparently threw really well, looked good. Patriots have been in contact with him. Other than that, I haven't heard any other teams talking to him, even though all 32 teams were at the Pro Day. He looks like Johnny Manziel. I'll have to tell him that, see what he thinks about that. Other than that, he did say if he doesn't get picked up by an NFL team, he'll probably go up to Canada. Hello, welcome to the podcast. How are you doing today? Well, I call this a podcast, the live stream. I guess it's kind of a podcast because I've got the mics going too. It's a test podcast to see if this actually works. But yeah, so if Manziel doesn't get signed this year, he's going to go up to Canada apparently. Good, you're doing well. He's the bootleg Johnny Football. I'm calling him Yanni Man. Save that for next week, and if he's here, we'll just jump on him with it, and he'll have no idea, and then we can explain. Hey, what's up? I'm doing good. Doing well. Thank you. Yeah, apparently he can't go to the XFL right now. They're probably going to change that rule so he can get in there. Is this just one of the XFL is going to be the best thing for NFL players? We'll see. Depends on how good the XFL is going to be because last time the players that were in it were just awful. Are you trying to make this a live stream where you just tell me things to do and I do it? Going to force NFL teams to pay their players better. Well, that depends on how the contracts are going to work in the XFL. We have yet to see how they're going to get paid there, because the last time the XFL was around, they didn't get paid very good at all. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers was throwing with Josh Rosen, teaching him, and the last time we did music requests, it didn't go very well, so we don't do YouTube songs on here anymore. It got out of hand last time. What QB are you talking about? I don't think I've ever... Oh, are you talking about a QB in the XFL? Vince Evans? First overall pick, the XFL was something stupid like Kaepernick. Yeah, probably. What kind of... okay, so a long time ago, was it maybe like the third week that we did this live stream, somebody got on and kept asking us to play all these YouTube songs. And so we were doing it just to try and get viewers to show up. And it got so out of hand, and the songs were just god-awful, and the lyrics were, I don't even know how to describe them, extremely vulgar, I guess you could say. So that's why we don't do any YouTube song requests anymore. The Vikes have 3 QBs. The Vikings don't have hardly any QBs anymore. What? Yeah, it was before Tyler was even here. You don't remember that, Glenn? That was a long time ago. You may not have been watching as religiously then yet. Went from sports podcast to 2 guys listening to rap music on Periscope. Yeah, it went from we were talking about sports to let's just talk about random stuff and try to get followers and viewers. And so we talked about some weird things in the beginning, and we're not doing that anymore. They got the wrong kind of people jumping in on here and asking us weird things all the time. What, a Monday stream? Yeah, I know. It was a holiday yesterday, so we were both at home. Tyler didn't let me know that he came home. At least I think he came home. If he did, he was really late. But I didn't come home, so we just decided to do it today. And then apparently he's busy, so he can't be here right now. But if we're trying to talk about the quarterback situation in Minnesota, they got rid of everybody that was there. Case Keenum's now in Denver. Teddy Bridgewater's in New York with the Jets. He's always slacking. Yeah. Yeah, so they got that. And Bradford is now in Arizona. And now, for their quarterbacks, they have Kirk Cousins, who's getting paid entirely too much. And they traded for Trevor Siemian. So that's who they have at quarterback right now in Minnesota. There's something mentioned about Stafford. He's still in Detroit. And the Bears quarterback, I don't know who you were talking about, but it's Mitch Trubisky. Yeah, he's busy. I don't know what he's doing. He didn't really specify. I'm hoping he just gets on here for a little bit and sees all the crap people are talking and runs up here. That'd be funny. Well, Cousins what? Is he an upgrade from the other 3? I don't know. I mean, Case Keenum was great in... yeah, I know, they basically got nothing. But then again, Bradford was on his last year. So was Bridgewater, and Case Keenum, I think, was only there on a year. So they couldn't really try to trade for anything. So, kind of hard for them to get anything, out of that. I think Kirk Cousins is probably going to be about as good as Case Keenum played last year. Case Keenum was really good in college and came out and didn't do anything for a little bit. He did okay in Houston, and he just had absolutely no talent around him with the Rams to really do anything, so he just got destroyed. It's hard to say if he's going to have another year like that, like he did this last year with Minnesota in Denver, or ever, but we'll see. Well, I hope so. I like Case Keenum, so I hope he plays well. Coming out of college, I really didn't think he was going to do much because he played in such an odd, like, run-and-shoot offense in Houston. Yeah, I mean, I think he'll do perfectly fine in Denver. It's just we'll see if he gets to really do like what he's used to, because I feel like in Denver that offense is more a run-first base, or it's a base run-first offense that works in the play-action pass afterwards. It's not really like a spread, throw the ball constant. Yeah, maybe Cousins will get over the hump too and do something in the playoffs. We'll have to see. Minnesota's pretty stacked right now, so it'd be kind of surprising if they didn't get into the playoffs even as a wild card, because I think Green Bay will probably win the division. But we'll see. Have I been busy? I've been a little bit busy. I got a lot of homework to do. That's about it. I've been trying to like type this paper. My teacher made us go to this presentation because she's a part-time teacher here and works at a agricultural financial company full-time, and she had to do a presentation. Yeah, no, Green Bay will probably win the division. They've put some tools together for Rodgers to tear it up again. Potential 2011 once more. That was a fantastic year. Anywho, so she made us go. I believe the Giants only won about 2 games. So yeah, she made us go to this presentation, and we had to take notes and write some sort of paper about it. And I really struggle with writing stuff when I have absolutely no interest in it whatsoever. I was watching the White Sox game during that presentation. So, okay, Bell to the Browns and trade that number 1 overall pick to the Steelers, and they take Barkley. Incredibly unlikely. It'd be kind of weird to see that if it happened, but then they'd have a pretty good 1-2 punch with Bell and Carlos Hyde in the backfield. Bell would definitely be more of the pass catcher, speed guy, while Hyde would be more of the ground and pound. But I don't think that'll actually happen, and they'd probably have to. Yeah, I meant first round, not the number 1 pick. The biggest kind of bust, but not really ever. Yeah, kind of. I mean, he was playing on a crappy team, though, with the Niners the past couple of years. So, maybe now with the... maybe now with the Browns trying to actually turn things around and making good moves, things will happen. We'll have to see. It's too hard to say right now. Watch me laugh. You guys are having a fantastic conversation there about the Giants and the Colts. I don't even think the Bears won 6 games this year. I thought they were at like 5. Regardless, yeah, I think the Bears will probably win at least 6 games this year. They'll probably be a little over 500. They're putting some pieces around Trubisky, and I think they have all the faith in the world in him at this point. He played pretty well this past season, and he just didn't have anybody to throw to. All kinds of injuries. He wasn't really their second-tier running back. Who was starting over him? He started like every game. Did he play a lot in them? Not entirely, but he was like their starter. I think the Niners will be a lot better than changing my name to Robert California. Yeah, I think the Niners will be a lot better than what they have been. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, he was second tier in that aspect of he wasn't the star, but they wanted him to be. He could turn it around at a different organization. Now we'll We'll find out when the season starts. Niners might win. Stupid. Niners might make the playoffs. I think they'll probably get a wild card, if not win that division. But the Rams will probably take the division. I keep forgetting the Rams are even in that same division. We'll just wait until we actually figure out the podcast, and you can find out what the intro song is. I honestly, outside of like the intro and then the content that we provided, I have no idea what else is in there. I don't know what other sound effects there are. I was gonna be surprised and listen to it as soon as it was posted, but we couldn't get it to post. He should probably be a backup somewhere. Other than that, I don't think he should be starting. He definitely declined really quickly as a starting quarterback, but he could definitely be like if not like a change of pace guy to kind of just jump in there and run some Wildcat stuff real quick, or as a backup. So, yeah. I'm sure he'll probably end up somewhere. If not this year, probably next year. And if that doesn't win, he's probably going to go to the XFL for sure. The running back on the Vikings? Who even is the running back right now? Dalvin Cook. Yeah. He probably could be pretty good. We'll have to see how he comes back from that ACL injury. Yeah. Fun story now. So, yeah, it's Dalvin Cook and McKinnon. Actually, no, McKinnon went to the Niners. So, yeah, Cook and Murray. If you want to talk about the Giants and their draft pick, it's they're apparently linked to Darnold right now. So, possible trade up to take him number 1 overall, or will they wait and see what happens with that first overall pick? And if the Browns don't take Darnold, they'll probably take him at 2. Yeah, I think he's incredibly overrated. Sam Darnold. I watched him a decent amount this year because USC is always on ESPN, and I hate it. But yeah, they're not that. He's not that good. If the Giants draft Darnold, I'll start the riot. Yeah, Hundley's still in Green Bay, but he has been in demand a little bit for some trades, and I think they need to just trade him and try to get something. Excuse me. I really don't even think the Browns should take a quarterback. If they do, thank you. If they do, take him early and let him sit for a year or 2. Yeah, Kaiser's there too. Okay, in Green Bay right now they have Aaron Rodgers starting, and then behind him is Hundley, Joe Callahan, Deshaun Kaiser. More than likely, thank you. More than likely, they'll trade or cut Hundley, and they might do the same thing with Callahan and just have Rodgers and Kaiser, but we'll have to see. What's Rusev Day? I don't know what that is. Yeah, there's all kinds of speculations and whatnot there. Tyrod Taylor is going to start. He's been named the starter. How about RG3? I think he's content not being, he's content with not being in the NFL anymore. He's too busy dunking on white guys at at the YMCA. His knee's just not the same as it used to be. It's just gone. Will J.J. Watt ever be his old self? Yeah, he just needs to stay healthy, and he'll just be fantastic. Apparently he's garnered some interest. Hundley has. Was he good enough to find a job as a backup somewhere? Yeah, but not as a starter. Yeah, did you not see that video where where RG3 was at a YMCA playing basketball and he was just dunking on some guys? I don't know. He doesn't think so. Yeah, they were still in playoff contention, but it wasn't because of him. It was because Lucky. Yeah, it's a funny video. What do you mean keep messing up? No, I'm not gonna do it. You never know. You just take one shot to the knees and you could be done. So, yeah, there's plenty of bad quarterbacks in the league. For $199.99, you don't think he's gonna get 2,000? Who's the best running back in the league? I just voted. Looks okay. Probably RG3's knee, not Luck's shoulder, because that's a big catastrophe right now. Best running back, it's either David Johnson or Le'Veon Bell. I would probably go Bell just because he hasn't had the injury troubles. But then again, Johnson's only been relevant for about 2 years. So we'll have to wait and see if Johnson stays healthy. I don't like Zeke. And he's a big baby, for one. And he had that whole ordeal with the suspension that was just incredibly stupid. CBS voted Vince Young most overrated player. Yeah, I really didn't think so. Okay, bye. You like Zeke because he went to Ohio State. I don't like him. Yeah. I enjoy all these comments. I really do. I just keep not answering them fast enough, I suppose. Vince Young definitely is not. All right, see ya. Follow and come back next week. Vince Young's definitely not the biggest bust. It would definitely be Jamarcus Russell, more than likely. I liked Young a lot. Also, used to like McNair when he was younger. Oh, I know. Yes, I am. Thank you. McNair was fantastic. I liked him. The Rams' defense is pretty incredible right now. Thank you. I appreciate that. No, I don't like him because he went to a school I don't like, and he plays for a team I don't like, and is not a very good guy, like, personally. Good football player. Off the field, he's kind of a dick. I have no idea about cricket. I don't know how to play it. I like the Green Bay Packers. Watched Young take his team and destroy USC. They didn't really destroy them. They had a really incredibly game. Follow Bell on Twitter. He posts bad stuff. You never know. I don't like his face. And he just seems like the kind of guy that doesn't even know what the hell he's doing in life for the most part. I don't know. I just can't stand him. He didn't destroy them. Yeah, I know it does suck. Too many Bears fans. Yeah. I wouldn't say he's overrated, but the Cowboys can absolutely do nothing without him. I did not hear about that. Did they cheat, Glenn? You would know. You're the Australian insider. He had a really good game in that national championship. Yeah, definitely. Green Bay without Rodgers can't do much of nothing. They did better than... Well, they did just about the same as the Cowboys, even though they probably had both players for about the same amount of time. I wish I was from Wisconsin because that is a fantastic state and I absolutely love it. Are you talking about Cardale Jones? Favorite Disney movie of all time? Probably Toy Story. How do you tamper a ball in cricket? I have no idea about the curling Grand Slam. Favorite Pokemon? Cyndaquil, with Umbreon as a close second, as well as Absol. Oh yeah, Wisconsin's fantastic. Yeah, they didn't do anything without Rodgers. Green Bay without Aaron Rodgers is a 500 team, and that's depending on who. I don't still have Tinder. That's not just Johto. especially against your team. Who's that? No, it's not. Absol's Hoenn. Are we turning this into a Pokemon discussion? Well, yeah, because the Falcons are good right now, and they could have beat the Falcons, I think, but I don't even know. I don't remember what happened there, so let's not. If they were so good, why didn't they beat the Patriots, huh? I really wanted that to happen, and they let me down. Like, incredibly let me down. Scoliosis. Yeah. What? Worst fire starter? What do you mean? Yeah, and especially because they had them down that much, and you just couldn't do it. Like, that's sad. I blame that as well as Matt Ryan's situational awareness. I don't know. I don't watch water polo. I don't even know when water polo is on. I don't know what season, so. Scoliosis, okay. Yeah, he probably did. That's why he went to Alabama. Or no, the Alabama OC went there. Oh, yeah, definitely. Green Bay releasing Jordy was stupid. Apparently they couldn't reach a deal to restructure his contract and keep him on a more team-friendly deal, which is sad. They definitely needed him, and Aaron Rodgers definitely needs him. So it sucks that he's gone. Yes, well, we can talk about all kinds of sports. And why am I on two different podcasts? Because this one goes to our show page, and this one goes to my page, Glenn. No number one receiver, no running back. We have running backs now. Aaron Jones and Jamal Williams are going to be co-starters more than likely, and the number one receiver is going to be probably Devontae Adams. Oh, that's right. It was Kyle Shanahan. Yeah, I did see the kid singing in Walmart. He was actually on the newscast that I did this morning. Yeah, exactly, Glenn. Pats have random running backs that just turn out to be good. That would be disgusting. I don't like Odell. He can only catch with one hand. He can't catch with two. I did play football. No, I don't see that. If anything, they're going to split the series. It's not going to be a sweep. Yes, we do call it soccer. I don't really know much about soccer, but I'm going to go with Man U. Yeah, definitely. Oh, I know. You can't have them at the exact same angle, Glenn. I got them up and down. That would be myself. I don't know. What did they do in racquetball? Honestly, I didn't even watch that video of that kid singing until today when it was on the newscast. You'd rather have Thielen and Diggs over Cobb and Adams? I don't know about that. I really like Thielen. I really do. Diggs is great, too. I said when he got drafted that he was going to be really good. But I don't know. I think just because of the just because of the connection that Rodgers has developed with Cobb and Adams, that he just makes them better. Thielen and Diggs don't have anybody right now to really connect with. Cobb's overrated in the sense that he should be a number one receiver. He's definitely a slot receiver, and he's one of the better slot receivers. People say he's overrated because he doesn't put up as much stats, but the dude draws coverages like crazy because he's really fast. If he gets the ball, he's dangerous. I don't think he's great by any means, but I don't think he's overrated. Where was that skull in the NFC Championship game when they got blown out? I mean, you like the Giants, so that's fine. Well, why did they move the side out? Call you Eugene. No, they won't trade Gronk. If they're smart, they won't. They could probably get a first round draft pick for him if a team is dumb enough to do it. But because of his injury history and how he is off the field, I don't think any team really wants to trade for him. It'd be a smart move to trade him, but it'd also be a smart move to keep him because he's good. Oh, yeah, especially when he's contemplating retirement now. You don't know how long he's actually going to play. You built Gronk, you have to take him to the grave. Yeah, exactly. Take him to the grave. I did not hear about that horse. I don't really pay attention to the Kentucky Derby. McCarthy doesn't know how to eat. I'm sorry. There's so many comments. I'm missing some of these. He could be a movie star. I doubt the Pats will struggle next season. They'll probably go like 12-4. Still make the playoffs, be the number 1 overall seed, win the division. Do you mean favorite alcoholic drink or just favorite drink in general? They haven't really had the greatest tight ends recently. Ever since Jermichael Finley got hurt and couldn't play anymore, they lost their athletic downfield threat as a tight end. They now have Jimmy Graham and Lance Kendricks, and I think they'll be perfectly fine. So we'll see how that offense goes. That's why I think that they'll be much better now, because they'll actually have a tight end that can go up and go down the middle and actually be a good receiving threat. Richard Rodgers has good hands, but he's slow. Oh, plenty of people target Gronk. Did you see the AFC Championship game? Yeah, unintentional. Jimmy Graham's with Green Bay now. Yeah, Gronk's not the greatest health-wise, so... will the Browns win a game this year? Definitely. I think they will. I think they'll probably win about 5 this year. 5 or 6. They've got some talent now. I think they'll be able to at least win games because they have talented guys.
Donald joined.
What up, Don? Yeah, Brady's not tough as nails. Brady's a little bitch, honestly. Yeah, Seattle has no tight end. They lost Jimmy Graham and they traded Luke Wilson. Is Joe Flacco elite? No. He rode a really good defense to the Super Bowl. Oh, yeah, they probably beat the Falcons because the Falcons will fall apart at the end, like last time. That's why when people were in their Super Bowl predictions for this past year were saying Patriots-Falcons, I was like, Lord, please no, because they'll just blow it even worse. They'll probably just get blown out. You're just comparing stats and whatnot. Rodgers has played through several different injuries. Brady gets touched and he has to cry about it. Oh, yeah, he played really good in the playoffs, but the regular season he was average, and that defense just destroyed everybody. It also helped that Jacoby Jones took that kickoff back, because otherwise they can't hang. Yeah, exactly. So we could have this debate every week, and it's just easier to avoid it and talk about other things. What was I saying before this? Yeah, okay, Rodgers is overrated. Hi, Glenn. I see you down there. Check the stats and the highlights. He is the best. No, he's number 1. You can't just go based off of. No, you can't. Okay, what are you justifying Breeze in there for? What has he done lately? Aside from an injury that he was forced to not play with, he tore up the Cowboys in that playoff game. That was pretty legit. Just look at how pinpoint some of those throws are. The athleticism that goes into running around and being able to stop on a dime and launch a 50-yard touchdown pass. He already has the best touchdown interception ratio of all time, and he's not even done playing yet. He also has the greatest quarterback rating of all time, and he's not even done playing yet. Just give him a top 10 defense like Brady's had every year he's won a championship, and you'll see how many championships he's won. Rodgers has had a single top 10 defense, and they won the Super Bowl. You can try to outscore an opponent all you want, but if you don't have somebody stopping the other team, then it's kind of difficult. Did Dez catch it? Personally, I don't think so, because the ground's not supposed to help you catch the ball. As he came down with that, the ball hit the ground and it moved. So I still don't think he caught it, but apparently they say he did. 5 QBs better than Rodgers: Newton, Breeze, Ryan, Rivers, Prescott. Okay, that's more than 5, but still. And yeah, that's okay. What do you mean my takes are wild? No, because Mayweather just runs around in circles until he wins. It would be almost smart to get rid of kickoffs, but at the same time it takes away the excitement of returning a kick for a touchdown. Yeah, it's been rumored that because the Cowboys signed Allen Hurns, they're going to release Dez Bryant. It has yet to happen, but we'll see. Man, a lot of you guys hate on Aaron Rodgers. They would just start at the 25, like a touchback every time. I mean, come on, there's so many guys that make a team based on special teams. Getting rid of kickoff would just be one more thing that you don't need players for. So that would be dumb to get rid of it, as well as the kicker's going to get cold there not doing anything. That is if they keep him. They have to sign him to a new contract, and they haven't been having the greatest conversations on that recently, so we'll see. Why is he going to get murdered? I don't watch UFC as much as I used to. Who's he fighting? I mean, with as much people that complain about injuries and former players saying they wouldn't let their kids play because it's such a physical sport, it could turn into the National Flag Football League before you know it, because people are just that dumb. Oh, I've heard of that guy before. Yeah, what I also think is sad is now playing flag football, there's people that wear helmets for that. It's flag football. And especially like quarterbacks who aren't even getting touched. Why are you wearing a helmet? Like, what are you doing that you're needing a helmet? Yeah, probably. So basically rugby. I mean, I played football for many years, and I barely ever got hurt. So, and I think a lot of the problems with people getting hurt is because they took away a lot of the physicality in the off-season, which builds your resistance to all these hits. So, being is that you can only have like 8 padded practices in the off-season, that's probably killing their resistance to getting hit. Yeah, I mean, she's right there, just hanging out. Tyler's downstairs. She's probably just doing some things. You know what I mean. Get that dude up. Well, I'm using both phones here to stream this. That's why I'm saying you gotta DM him and tell him to get up here. Get on Twitter and just blow up his Twitter. Could be, you never know. The Amish guy usually doesn't show up till like really late. And it's Monday, so he may not know that we're on here. Where do I rank Mike Evans? I might go top 5, and he would be 5. Because I really like Mike Evans. He's a big physical receiver that's got good speed too. So I don't think he follows the Twitter page, so he wouldn't know. We didn't show up yesterday, so he probably has no idea. He probably thinks we just skipped. It had some weird ideas, yeah, and he was really creepy too, so. There you go. He deleted his Facebook, so if you send him anything there, he's probably not going to get it. Send him like 5 DMs on Twitter, and Paz is Rappaport Jr., Yanni Manziel. No, I think Cyndaquil is much better than Torchic, but Torchic evolving into Blaziken is fantastic. Might be better than Typhlosion, but I don't know. I do quite enjoy fire starters. Johnny Trans. No, after, what was those? It was like the ones after Diamond and Pearl, maybe. No, maybe it was right after Diamond. I don't remember exactly. I kind of quit playing. Was it Black and White? Yeah, so maybe it was before, maybe it was after Diamond and Pearl. I kind of quit playing them because I don't know. The Pokemon just didn't seem the same. Is it? Yeah. So I didn't play Black and White, so it got up to that, and I just couldn't get into it anymore. They weren't the same. I played the remakes of Ruby and Sapphire, and I played Platinum. Those were cool, but other than that, I just can't get into the new ones. They're just not the same. Yeah, Easter was yesterday. And why do you say no? I think he's a huge distraction on any team that he goes to, but I think he should at least be a backup somewhere. He's good enough to come in as like I said earlier, like a, what did I call it? Oh, a wildcat, but he's also good enough to be a backup somewhere. It kind of depends on the kind of, or how much snow, because the Mets and the Yankees canceled their games because it snowed a lot, but they had a lot of snow. The White Sox and the Royals postponed their game on Sunday because of the threat of snow. And I have no idea how much snow they got out there, so I think if it's a light snow, they'll definitely play, but if it's anything where it's going to accumulate, then no. See, I think Cap is a better scrambler and runner of the ball than Geno Smith, and Cap's really regressed in his throwing, but Geno might almost be a better thrower, and that would be it. Cap probably has a better decision making. Hello, how are you? Yeah, Tom Savage is not, and Gino does suck. But the last year that Cap is actually playing, he sucked. Scott Tolzien, Bryce Petty, as far as everybody knows, is still with the Jets. Brandon Whedon was good for like 3 years, and then he just dropped off. No, I said his throwing, like just his pure throwing ability, is a little bit better. Cap's a better runner and a better scrambler, as well as I think his decision making is a little bit better. Scott Tolzien's decent, though. Oh, there's a weekly appearance. You know Glenn's going to be jumping on that.
He's even on.
Yeah, he's there. Have fun with that. You left off an N. Yeah, that was awful. Another example of a bad defense not helping at all. Oh no, he played decent in that game. It's just he didn't have the ball like at all. Yeah, he barely had the ball in that game, and just this is awful. I like to forget that game because it was just pathetic defensively. They had a little stint there where Green Bay couldn't beat the Niners. Oh, how fun. Yeah, they couldn't beat the Niners. Yeah, oh my gosh, yeah, that was just a complete meltdown. And it was not only a defensive right now definitely. It was not only a defensive flop, but it was also special teams on Brandon Bostic's part for even attempting to catch that onside kick. I mean, the offense definitely died in that game as well. They should have put up more points than they did. They left opportunities open when they couldn't score, and they just put up field goals early. They said get Tyler.
He's not here.
I know. Probably the Rams, but the Niners will give him competition. And yeah, I mean, he's been decent. It kind of depends on like if it's an away game or if it's a. They said hi. Take a seat. So fold the clothes and.
I'm not folding your clothes.
They're your clothes too.
I will fold my clothes.
AFC South. I think that's honestly going to be a tight race between the Texans and the Jaguars, with maybe the Titans being surprised. Who does the laundry? It's my apartment, and half the time it's her clothes, but she makes me do everything.
Yep.
She's rude.
Oh, I'm not. I'm really nice.
Sometimes. Hey, have a mic.
Okay.
It's right in front of you as it is. It's picking you up anyways. You don't think the Titans have a shot? Really? They played really good and almost won the division this last year. She doesn't know sports as well, but she can throw out some wacky opinions if you'd like.
I don't know names.
Who wins the NFC South? I'm going to go with the Saints. You have to put a blanket on.
I'm freezing.
Tiffany thinks she likes the Cowboys.
No, I like the Cowboys.
Who's their quarterback?
I don't know. It was Tony Romo at one point.
Mm-hmm. Who was right before Tony Romo? See. AFC North, probably the Steelers. Only on certain days. Do you like cornhole?
It's not bad. It was a PE thing in my high school.
Just PE? It's not like competitive tournament?
No. We did that in PE.
Why don't you find out for yourself?
Oh.
Or scoliosis. I think Cole's probably better. What about bowling?
I like bowling. I'm really good at bowling.
Maybe we'll have to go bowling sometime. I'll beat you. I enjoy skiing when I can stand up. Falling over sucks because it just kills my knees after.
You should give me hearts anyway. Glenn sure is.
She slapped me earlier. How's that?
Here. That's a form.
You have to earn the hearts. We call it both. It's putt-putt or mini golf. Doesn't matter. It's the same thing.
Putt-putt.
Same thing. It's not really mini golf. It's just the course is mini because you still use that same level putter and golf ball.
The putter's also small.
Sometimes.
The one at Pheasant Lenses.
Well, I've never played there.
I do.
Is it pig pile or dog pile?
What?
What are you talking about? Yeah, do you like potato gems?
I do. Big fan.
He sent one heart for the small smirk.
Coke.
When a group of people jump on... Oh, that's a dog pile. That one blue heart was his.
Thanks.
In the East, what do you call it, a pig pile? How dare you say such blasphemy? Why do you say pig pile?
Those green hearts have not stopped.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. No. No, McCarthy can not even shine Lombardi's shoes.
And I don't know what we're talking about.
I'll go with that. Bart Starr wasn't very good. He was okay in a era where...
Do I like Tata?
Yeah, I don't know what that is. He was okay in an era where quarterbacks were kind of garbage, aside from like two guys.
What is Tata?
It depends how you look at it.
I don't know.
Are you talking about tatas, or is that a totally different thing?
Taylor.
Who's Taylor? Were you trying to say Tay-Tay? I don't even know who that is.
Who's Taylor? We need a last name.
Or some sort of reference.
I'm Tiffany, not Taylor.
Favre just threw the ball 50 times in a game and somehow fell into the Hall of Fame. Nah.
Taylor Swift. No, I don't like
there you
Taylor
go.
Swift.
Nah, man. Favre was incredible.
Swift in all caps.
Yeah.
Like we were supposed to know.
I don't know of anybody that's ever called her Tay-Tay.
Oh, my mom does.
Or
Tay-Tay.
called her Tay-Tay with T-A-A-T-A-A. Yeah. Chuck Noll, Don Shula, Bill Walsh are better than Belichick. I mean, it all depends on what they did for the team. I mean, each one of them have taken a crap team and just turned them into a dynasty. Even though Shula didn't really do much towards the end there in like the 80s and 90s. Couldn't get it done, I should say, which I think Dan Marino deserves a ring. I mean, yeah, Favre had a lot of stats, but he also had a lot of wins. He only had like 2 losing seasons, I think, ever. Oh, yeah. No, it wasn't the day of. It was the day after. And that game, he was phenomenal. Hey, sometimes you gotta sling it just to see what happens. Hello, how are you? Oh, Brazil. We used to have a guy that watched this from Brazil, and I haven't seen him in a while. I'm doing well, thank you. Yeah. Not necessarily.
I agree.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. He would have left enough time on the clock, though, for Green Bay to go down and score again, though. And if you want to use Favre, his interceptions to determine his greatness, Peyton Manning is also in the top 10 of interceptions thrown, as is Dan Marino, Johnny Unitas, Fran Tarkington. So if you're going to say those, if Favre's not good because he has the most, then you got to say those guys aren't good either. He was just slightly better than everybody in an era where most of them were crap. You think so? You just like to hate on everybody, don't you? Saying everybody's overrated, not as good.
Me.
Andrew Luck, I don't even think he can hold Blake Bortles' jockstrap right now. Blake Bortles went punch for punch with Brady in the AFC Championship game. Luck got blown out. Even though they deflated the balls they see, they got destroyed. Is that all you want this to be, is just wild hot takes? Tyler likes to do those, and he decided not to be here today. Yeah, Luck's arm's gone.
You got me.
What?
Said, yep, so you got me.
Yeah. I mean, Gretzky didn't even play defense. He just sat there at the blue line ready to shoot all the time. That's why he has so many points and is so legendary. Oh yeah, it's a definitely a different game. That's why, and that's why I hate the conversation now. Is everybody's trying to say that Michael Jordan played against like guys that played in the NBA part time and were like plumbers and electricians on the other end. It's like, okay, no, he played in a different era where they didn't care as much and they didn't have the same technology. Like,
I love that.
yes, it's like. Obviously, Jordan didn't have the cryogenic chambers and all the dietitians and whatever other drugs that LeBron has that shoot up after every game to stay healthy. Can't help that he was the best at the time. And he had plenty of other guys to go against. Yeah, everybody cares about stats. Yeah, and see, and everybody likes to say Bill Russell's one of the greatest of all time when he played in an era where he was taller than everybody and could just, throw it to him and he's just going to drop it over top of you.
Who, Shaq?
No. A lot longer before that. Yeah, that was a fun story trying to discuss who Shaq was. Who's that one tall basketball player that's really good? I think he's black.
I know who Shaq is.
Oh, definitely. I would agree Shaq is a top 3 center of all time, if not, like, the best. I'm a big Shaq fan.
Me too.
Apparently. That one good basketball player
Who's
that's
like really
tall. How many hearts do we need to send for you to break up with Beard Guy Live?
9.
Ooh. You think Kareem's number 1? Okay, I could see that.
Oh, I had that coming.
How about them Cowboys? Yeah, they're kind of subpar. Don't even look at me like that. You don't even know who their quarterback is.
I don't have to.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
If you
It's
want
not
to be
a requirement.
to be a fan of a team,
No.
you have to know who the heck they are.
No. I know who they are.
Well, yeah, without Aaron Rodgers, they are. Yeah, Shaq could be a one-man team if it was Shaq in the 2000 Shaq in the 70s. He would destroy everybody. He was just that big physical presence that nobody wanted to mess with. Whew.
Thanks.
Yeah, and I would agree with that too. I think Jordan is the best of all time, even though everybody wants to... What?
Nothing.
What? Yeah, I'm sure he'll be fine. The last time it happened, he came back and won NFL MVP. What are you doing? If you say so, just watch it happen. They want LeBron to be there, but they don't win enough. Yeah. I don't know, it's close competition.
Y'all, I might just break up with them on live.
It's okay, she thinks about that every other year, or every other day. I could too. No, I'm not a huge NBA fan, so I don't really have a team that I religiously follow. I like players, so I like Chris Paul, Kyrie Irving.
I don't like the Bucks.
I like my guy Frank Kaminsky, even though he doesn't do a whole lot. Sam Decker with the Clippers. I like Blake Griffin, but I don't really care for him on the Pistons now. Damian Lillard's my all-time favorite. So, if anything, I watch the Trailblazers. Yeah, and LeBron breaking these records and stuff, LeBron's been playing since he was 18. Jordan didn't do that either, and he retired for a little bit and came back. Do you like cricket?
Never played, never watched it. Wouldn't protest against it, but I would watch it.
No, thank you. The questions died down now. I like the NHL. Obviously, there's Blackhawks flag right there.
I don't like this one.
Why?
I don't like it. It is past my bedtime.
Yeah.
Do you see these?
I was gonna try and do a quick show, but we got a ton of viewers and questions, so I was just going for it. I really hope the Pens don't three-peat. I think there's better competition this year in the East, that they may not even make it back to the finals, and I hope they don't even make it to the Eastern Conference Finals, because that would just be awful. I can't stand Sidney Crosby. I don't like Alex Ovechkin, for that matter, so I don't want either of them to win it, but I think it's probably going to be one of those teams, if not the Lightning. Hopefully the Lightning make it. Who does Seattle even have as a running back right now? They just lost Thomas Rawls. They don't have much for receiver right now. What was it, Paul Richardson that left? Yeah. So they've got Tyler Lockett. Oh, well, yeah, Lacey's garbage, though. Yeah, pretty much. Oh, yeah, Mike Davis. He'll probably get more playing time now since Rawls is gone. And he did perform pretty well in the short amount of time that he did get to actually play this last year. What?
Those green hearts.
Mm-hmm. Glenn all day. No further questions for the crowd? Everybody just tapped out now?
I think he's talking to you.
I've been here the whole time and he hasn't said it.
Maybe he's just noticing.
I don't know. Wilson did more than enough for the Seahawks last year. Enough to get MVP, I don't know. Because they weren't that good regardless, and they got lucky in a couple games. But he did everything for that team. Because Crosby's just a little baby about everything. He's got a good shot, doesn't play very good defense. He gets hit and he cries and whines and tries to get a penalty. Yeah, but all those guys that are really good shooters don't play very good defense.
Who, mine or his?
I mean, yours actually has length to it.
Yeah, I mean...
Alright, well, hopefully Tyler will be back next week and he'll give you a lot more crazy hot takes, because he likes doing those. So thank you for if you come back, and if you're not already following, go ahead and follow. We have a Twitter page too, at Insomniac Sports. Thank you, I appreciate that. I'll follow you back after this. I don't know. I think they have... Yeah, I'll see you later. Have a good one. I think they have a good shot to repeat, but it's hard to repeat in baseball.
No, I do not like Katy Perry.
Why are you talking into that?
Because you want me to.
You're supposed to talk into this, not this.
I'll do it.
I know, I can't tell you anything. Well, if the Peanut Gallery doesn't have any further questions or comments, give it a second. Who's your favorite singer?
We always know who yours is, so you can tell the crowd. Tell the crowd your favorite singer.
Cole Swindell, as of right now.
I like a guy called The Weeknd.
He's awful.
He's great. He's beautiful. He has great music. I love him.
Well, okay, so we recorded it last week, and we were unable to post it anywhere. So we're trying to figure out a program or something that we can post to YouTube and Facebook and Twitter and all that jazz. So I'm testing one out right now, and if we can post this, then we'll continue to use this one. If not, then we're going to try and figure something out. So as soon as we figure it out, then you can listen to the podcast. And hopefully we get that figured out this week. Facebook page is the same as the Twitter page, Insomniac Sports. I don't really have a whole lot going on with the Facebook page right now. I don't have a whole lot of time to do so. The Twitter page is a lot easier to do. All the videos are on Facebook starting from day one. Or, well, I shouldn't say that. I have some that I haven't shared because it won't let me post directly. Because this one here is my personal Twitter and Facebook, and it posts directly to that. The stream down here posts to the Twitter page for the show, but it won't post directly to the Facebook page. So I have to go onto my actual computer and share everything from this one here to this one down here. So some of them are missing. A majority of them are there, I think. I don't have...
No. I'm not a believer.
I mean, I'm trying to get Tyler to write some content up for the Facebook page because I was trying to use the Facebook page for more of a post-writing thing instead of just like quick comments like on Twitter, to where you could have like some opinions and whatnot. So maybe I'll get him working on that because he wants to blog about things. Go ahead and just do it on there. And we did look into how we could put this out on iTunes as well. So there's that. Once we figure out the podcast part, then we'll potentially be on iTunes. So that's cool too. You can download us and take us with you. How fun. coming up in the world, everybody. Don't worry. Tyler said he's getting the YouTube page going too, so we'll have some stuff on there as well. You trying to find us when we're not even on there yet?
No, I'm just seeing if you can upload on the app.
Oh. I googled what playoffs. Depends on the sport. Yeah, I googled it and it said as long as you can verify that people want to listen to it, then you can post them. Yeah, someone needs you guys when it comes to iTunes. Yeah, it says you have to have people that want to listen to it and verify that you're an actual podcast. It's okay, I can do that. I know at least 5 people that'll want to listen.
I'll listen. Make it 6. I said I'll listen. Make it 6.
There you go. And it'll have fun music and sounds and stuff. So it'll probably be a little bit more fun than this. It'll be like listening to a radio show. Obviously, it's basically what a podcast is, just not live radio. The first one was kind of fun because my computer basically died in the middle of it, and I had a bunch of notes written up for it, and they just gone. So that was fun. And then Tyler was trying to have a time limit on it too, and we were reaching his time limit, and he wanted to real quick go through some topics. We spent a lot of time talking about free agency in the NFL draft. We didn't, and then he wanted to talk about baseball. He got all excited about it, and then he said opening day's coming. It's that's it. It's well, yeah, nothing's happened yet. I'm you got so excited, and that's it? No, opening day predictions, no comments and concerns. Nope, that was it. Okay, that's exciting. So, yeah, it's a good time. As soon as we figure out where and how we can post all this, it'll be there. Yeah, the draft's coming up. 18 days. It's a-coming. Sadly, I work on that day, so I won't be able to stream or tweet about it like I would like to. But probably after the first round's done, or maybe towards the end of it, I'll be able to jump on real quick. We'll see how that pans out. And then the second day I also work, but then we could totally do the third day on Sunday when they're doing it at noon. Yeah, that's of course they had to put it on a Friday. We'll have all kinds of news and analysis on the draft, don't worry. Dude, where you been? We've been talking about all kinds of things.
I'm very tired.
Yeah, she's probably going to pass out after this. What about Dr. Seuss?
I can read you a book if you want.
One fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish.
No, green eggs and ham.
I don't like green eggs and ham, said Sam I Am.
None.
Depends what you consider a rapper.
Lil Wayne, 2008.
I quite enjoy me some T-Pain, but people sometimes don't consider him a rapper. People diss on Akon as well, and I enjoy him. I'm not big on the rap scene, so...
I was in my younger days.
Yeah. Hoagie's not as interested today because Tyler's not here. Yeah, Vanilla Ice in his one hit. Isn't he in jail now or something, I think?
I don't know.
Or maybe that was a while ago. He got arrested for something.
I mean, let's face it, they don't stay in jail for very long.
That's true, they got enough money. But then again, he was in some financial issues. So maybe he
I mean, there's
still
that
is.
6ix9ine rapper, Ice Ice Baby.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, look, you're singing. He's missing it. Oh, he just missed it.
It's too bad.
You can rewind it.
Yeah, you can watch it later. Hoagie, you keep dipping on us. What's up with that? Taking your time on what?
I had a song. I had to pick a Lil Wayne song.
I know, my iPad died. Oh, well, it happens.
I'll charge it.
Ooh. Alright, well, viewers and questions have dwindled down, so I think we're going to go ahead and call it a night. Thank you for tuning in to our special Monday cast because we were gone for the holiday. Well, listen to me as I tell you good night. Whoa, what? What do you mean?
Because you were singing?
I don't know. He's getting all excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, wait, what? What?
Have a good one, peeps. Bye, Glenn.
Okay, we'll say something. Bye, Glenn. I'm sure you'll probably watch until we're done here, so.
Have a great night.
It's like afternoon there, though.
Have a great day.
There you go. 'Cause I think over there right now it's only like 4 or 5 in the afternoon. Is that what you wanted to say? Cole's actually next door in his room. He just didn't want to participate. He's mad at us because we were recording the podcast and he came home and oh bonjour, comment ça va? Je parle français. Well, I think he's asleep right now.
His class early.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure he's probably asleep because at like 11 o'clock he asked our other roommate if he was going to bed. Oh, good. Bon. Ça va bon. He was mad because we were recording the podcast and then he came home and we didn't invite him to join in. So even though he had previously said I don't want to be on all of them, maybe a special guest here and there, and he came in and was like, oh, I don't even get to be on the first one? That's ridiculous. I don't want to be on it anymore. You guys are terrible. And then he ran off.
He didn't even get a mic.
Well, yeah, he doesn't have a mic, so. Bonsoir.
He was screaming.
Bonsoir.
He was just mad.
He wasn't screaming. He was just kind of like,
frustrated.
Yeah.
Upset.
So yeah, there you go.
No.
The only time he's actually mad, he doesn't act like it. He's just like
yeah, I've never seen
super
him mad.
serious. He's not like he doesn't get mad about things. He doesn't yell at you. He just like if you try to bug him and he's mad about something, he'll just be like, dude, stop, go away. It's like, okay, somebody pissed in your Cheerios. He seems OT. He seems it.
He's cool.
Yeah, so there's your explanation of why he was angry. So yeah, come back next week, guys. We'll be back. Hopefully Tyler will be back next week.
I won't have to be here.
She'll just be over there like usual. But yeah, thanks again for, it should be on Sunday again. And hopefully this week we'll have a podcast ready to go. We'll see. But yeah, thanks for joining back again, guys. It's Sunday. Is that what you want me to say? Sunday? Anywho, have a great week, guys. See you next time. Yay! Guest appearance. I'm gonna marry you now. I love you. Oh, this is still going. I can delete that though.
I love you.
That's record, not stop.